It's the English League structure, but not as we know it. We've got an influx of cash coming in to every single team that loses a game. Every time they lose a game, they will receive £10 million. How will that fare over the course of 1, 2, 5, 10 seasons and more? Well, go and find out. Over 5 hours sleep, ladies and gentlemen. Confetti at the ready. Let's get rocking and rolling. I am full of energy. You are here, I hope, still. Yes, don't click off yet with this obnoxious burst of energy coming from me. I feel like I could jump out my skin. 5 hours sleep is a novelty. The missus had about the same. So we are absolutely loving life today. So let's get into it. Yes, today, this is off the back of the more points for a loss video that we did a couple of weeks or so ago on the channel, where it was 6 points for a loss, 4 points for a draw, 2 points for a win. And of course, obviously the good teams lose, and then once it got out of the playable leagues, that was it, wasn't it? So what it sounded is that we're going to have an influx of cash where I don't even know if we'll actually see what I've actually done here. But basically, in the pre-game editor, you can actually have prize money for every defeat. And on every single defeat I've got for every team is they receive £10 million. That's as simple as it is. So like if you lose 7 games in a season, you'll get £70 million. If you lose 25 games in a season, you'll be getting £250 million. So teams could get relegated and then they'll get the parachute payments, all that money, and then they might come back up. But then as they're coming back up, they won't get that much money. And then other teams will be getting loads of money. It could be absolute chaos, or sod all might happen. So strap yourselves in inside the ride. Let's go to 2024 and see how we're getting on. So the Premier Division is as follows. Man City have won it with 4 defeats. That means they have just added £40 million to their insanely wealthy bank balance. Arsenal, 5 defeats. So that's 50 million. Again, these big teams are going to have a lot of money. So you're not going to really see, it's not going to be like, wow, what the hell's going on over here? Look at this. It's like how out of date this is. Jurgen Klopp at Liverpool. Trent, here we go though. Burnley at Luton with 23 defeats. And they've got £319 million, which means they've got £101 million to spend next season. Of course, we've done it through other leagues as well, and you'll notice it quite evidently as we go down into the Championship. So we're looking here at Ipswich. They will have got £90 million into their bank account, which means they've got £103 million now to go and play with. Preston North End, who got relegated, have got £309 million. So this could get out of hand fast because, to be honest, a lot of teams in the English leagues, they won't need to sell to each other. They won't need to be making these transfers and buying players and selling players because they don't need the money. It won't be like, oh, that's too good to turn down. Because look, your average team here, Coventry, £264 million in the bank. I think actually I tiered it. I think it's 8 million in the Championship, 6 million in League One, 4 million in League Two, and then the Vanarama National League North and South. Was that 2 million or was that 4 million? Or it might have been 6, 5 and 4 for those lower leagues. If only I could remember. Oh dear. Cheltenham got £234 million anyway. It might be 10 million. £103 million for Oxford. Yeah, it must be 10 million. 6 defeats for Stockport, got £91 million. AFC Wimbledon with 11 defeats, 88 million. Okay. Right, so maybe it's not. Wrexham, 115. Okay. Tranmere, 10. 130. Oh, who knows? 174 million for Bradford. And now we're in the Vanarama National League. Oldham Athletic with 9 defeats, £67 million. 24 defeats for Oxford City with 104 million. So there's definitely not 10 million per defeat there because they've only got 104 mil. So I did tier it. I must have tiered it. I think I did it 10, 8. I'm going to go and check. It's on the other bloody computer, isn't it? Yeah, okay. So it's breakdown as follows. In the Premier League, it's 10 million a loss per season. Championship, 8 million. League 1, 6. League 2, 5. Vanarama National League, Vanarama National League North, Vanarama National League South, 4 million. That is how it breaks down in terms of the financial input into the club, which doesn't really add up, does it really? Considering that you've got like Barnet here, 18 defeats. 18 times 4 is, well, what? What is 18 times 4? 72? 18 times 4 is 72. So how have they got £78 million? Is that just interest? It must just be interest. You've got a budget of £23 million though in the Vanarama National League. A mid-table Vanarama National League team have got a £23 million transfer budget. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be very interesting indeed. Let's go back and look at Premier Division. Any transfers happening this season then? Pepe went to Man City. Rooney Bargy, your best friend and mine, has gone to Arsenal. How good is he? He's only a 159er. Damn. Oh, that's sad. So yeah, so some reasonably decent signings, but they're all the big teams. You'd expect these kind of finances to be paid. Solly March and Pervis Estupinian have gone to Saudi Arabia. £63 million for Solly March. Brighton have had their pants down, haven't they? No offence, Solly, you're not a £63 million kind of player. You got more. You got. I mean, Estupinian's 52 million. That's more like it. It was a 158 bloody fullback. Anyway, Championship. Sheffield United have bought some. I mean, Southampton have sold 3 players there. Really, the top 4 transfers. This is going to start to really fill up with bigger names. Look at that. Nathan Zeze got paid like 60 odd million pounds for him on that rebuild. Crystal Palace, 2 seasons in. He got a better than 131 though. He must be like a 130 to 160 dynamic range then. And he must have been like a 160 or like 158 potential. There's no way we would pay that much for a 131 player. No chance. Anything in League One? No, nothing really in League Two. Okay, let's start rattling through some seasons. Let's go to 2025. Okay, so Ipswich with 29 defeats, £405 million. Big money coming in for them. This is the thing. We're going to start to see certain things happening within the league structure, potentially. But it might take a while. And are we going to see some big things in terms of transfers? I mean, I'll tell you what. Nico Williams has gone to Chelsea. Not unusual for that amount of money. Victor Boniface to Man City from Leverkusen. Florian Wirtz to Liverpool. Mirroring real life. What a player he is as well. And yeah, a lot of them. Pepe's left Man City to go to Real Madrid. He'd been there a season. Yeah, so not really anything massive to speak of. Championship. Okay, we're seeing some big money in the Championship now. Reasonably big signings over here. Yeah, Ekwa. He's gone to Norwich from Sunderland. But lots of players going over 10 million. Now we're going down to League One. And we're starting to look at this. Look at this. 7.75 million up to 9.5 million. Preston to Coventry. Jordan Story. This guy. When you got money like £393 million, why not? I mean, I suppose that is the Championship. These are players going from League One to the Championship. And the same again down in League Two. You've still got quite a few over £1 million. Have we broke $1 million in the Vanarama? We haven't. Not the North or the South either. But we are still spending a lot of money. You don't spend a lot when you're in the Vanarama National League North or South. You can usually pick up players for free. You just bid a refresh of the entire squad every season. In terms of the Championship, coming up is Forest, Southampton and Norwich. Yes, there's nothing really unusual happening over here. Millwall, Plymouth and Bolton going down. Yeah, nothing really out of the ordinary. And I'm worried that out of the ordinary is not really going to happen. But we're only 2 years in. I'm probably getting a little bit impatient because we have simulated quite a few years. So we're going to continue moving because we want to see things happen, but we don't want to go the other way like we have done with some of the previous experiments where all the big teams just go out of the playable leagues. It'd be nice to have a mix and see how sort of that transpires over the course of this experiment. So I'm going to jump forward now. We're 2 years in. Let's go 3 more years. So we'll be 5 years in. See if anything's starting to shake. Still in a heat wave in this country as well, ladies and gentlemen. It is 31 degrees outside and even bloody hotter in here. Got the big studio light on in front of me, which pumps out heat. I've got the big floodlight things behind me, pumping out heat. Got the PC whirring away, pumping out heat. And I've got a big fan there, not on because of the audio quality. Suffering for the craft, suffering for you lot. And here we go. 5 years in then, and we're not seeing much, are we? Seeing Liverpool have won the last few seasons of the league. Yeah, not a lot's really happened. I mean, Birmingham have just finished 14th there, and they've got £470 million in the bank. £703 million in Sunderland's bank as well. Let's do it. Transfers. We saw this season. The following season, biggest sale, Brian Bueno went to AC Milan, or Kaskiewicz to you and me. Ansu Fati into City. Alan Varela into Liverpool. Here we go. £71 million. Everton. Albert Goodmanson. Tell to Liverpool. Juan Foyth to bloody Real Madrid. There we go. Mark Rocker to Forest. Fundy to Spurs. Here we go. We're starting to see it. Reasonably big. And now let's move to the Championship. This was just 25-26. Then following season, Marcus Thuram came. And Jason Van Duiven and Castello Lacaba, both to United. Big money signings there. Julian Ryerson to West Ham, £55 million. Bournemouth, Lucas Chevalier, that's part of 50 mil. And to be honest, I mean, this current season, so this will get bigger. But we've not even broken 50 million this season. I suppose we have in upfronts. 62 though is It's not, is it? 60 what? Why is 56 million and overall 64 lower down than 47.5 and potentially up to 62? Makes no sense to me, but, whatever. Eddie Nketiah to Everton from Arsenal. João Neves to Tottenham from Benfica. Wow. £61 million for him at this 170 potential current ability. The steal. Pepe's on the move again. That's the third time we've seen him rock up in this experiment. This time he's gone to Brighton. The spending's big and the spending's happening. Championship. Is it looking weird? It's not really, is it? Because the Premier League's not looking weird. So we're not seeing much happen in 5 years in terms of league structure. In terms of the signings, we've seen some of these signings happen going to Premier League clubs and stuff. But within the division, there's quite a bit of money being spent around. I mean, Birmingham seems to go absolutely mad over here. That must be the season they ended up getting promoted. They spent loads on João Quansah, Tom Fellows, Dan James, Shea Charles, their Midlands rivals, West Brom, Yakubu Minter. Yeah, and that's just 3 seasons ago. This, bloody hell, hitting 50 million with add-ons over here. This is in the Championship. And most recently, Armando Broja going to Palace from Fulham. Oxford United spending £36 million on Josh Tymon. Patrick Vieira's in charge. Yeah, interesting. League One. I mean, League One here is over 10 million for plenty of signings. Look at this. £30 million nearly for a player here for Wrexham. Oops. Barley Mumba. 4th in League One, Wrexham. £431 million in the bank. That's huge for League One, though. And this is where it started. So we're up at like 9-10 mil. Then bang, the money starts to flow. And you've got multiple signings over that. The following season, more. It's just eking up ever so slightly. We'll look at League Two. And we're nearly up at 10 million in League Two this most recent season. It's creeping up. 3 seasons ago, we were just touching 5 million with add-ons. Now, this season, okay, it's only 4, but it's happening. So, and we're only 5 seasons in. We've probably got 50 years to sim through. Yeah, you wouldn't think that with the way I've been waffling and sort of digressing. We're going to do bigger jumps. We're going to do another 5, then we'll be doing 10s. Don't you worry, ladies and gentlemen. Broken £1 million in the Van Armour National League yet? Yes, we have. Oh, it was a sale to Wrexham. Colchester, 8th in League 2, 2.4 million for Jamal Baptiste. Van Armour National League North and South, still in the 100,000s. Not quite breaking that £1 million yet, which is unfortunate, really, because, to be honest, I'm going to look at some of these teams now. Tonbridge, they've got £118 million. Hopefully they get back up. But let's look at Folkestone, for example. 89 million. Why have they only got that much? Wealdstone, Maidstone, £156 million. Paul Cook's in charge. So yeah, there you go. Right, so we're 5 years in. Let's go another 5 to 2033. And hopefully a little bit more of a shake-up's happened. So in terms of the Premier League, I'm looking over the league now, and is anything happening? I mean, this is most recent season. I mean, it's been Chelsea, Arsenal and City have won the league. No. There's a few teams from the Championship up here, so there'll be a few Premier League teams out of it. I mean, Bristol City here with £1 billion in the bank. Man City, only 357 million. They're not winning enough. They're not losing enough games. 375 million from Big Ange United. Eddie Howe's at Spurs. Look at the managers. Marco Rose at Arsenal. Enzo Maresca at Bournemouth. Emery's at Chelsea. Thiago Motta at Leicester. As mentioned, Big Ange at United. Thomas Tuchel at Newcastle. Eddie Howe at Spurs. Nice. Fulham, £980 million. Championship. And yeah, not lots is happening, to be honest. There's up and downs. And again, the transfers, it's not really happening, is it? I mean, we've got one here. We've got out of the country, Jossimer, who went to Real Madrid. He's not happy. Wants to go out on loan to secure a permanent move. Been here, not played a lot. Not played a lot after a £156 million transfer. 162? That's a lot of money for a player that's on the lower side of world class. I mean, 160 plus is up there, and you want those kind of players in your squad, but do you want to be spending £156 million on one of them? Not really. Who's this? Matt Edwards, Bournemouth to United. 161 after add-ons, 176. That's more like it. You got to be hitting 170 plus to be commanding that kind of money. Oh my god. Oh, he's gone to Everton now. I was going to say, my best mate, Nicholas Jackson, Manchester United bought him from Porto for a lot of money. But there is quite a few big transfers here, to be fair. And this is the most recent season. A lot of these players are going to be regens now as well, so it's not going to mean a lot to us. I mean, David Rooks, £111 million from Porto. Decent player. The Championship. Anything sort of sticking out here? I mean, again, Arda Güler left Sunderland and went to Leicester. It's a big name, isn't it? Mikkel Damsgaard gone from Brentford to Roma. He was here. He was at Brentford anyway, wasn't he? Yeah. I mean, this most recent season, Salford have just paid £51 million. They're 14th in the Championship. They've paid £51 million for this guy, a goalkeeper. 33 years old. He's still got a cold, so the throat's still not quite right. Excuse the voice. We'll start that again. 33 years old, signed a season ago for £51 million on £165,000 a week in the Championship. This is what we're talking about. That's the kind of spunking your cash on someone that was nowhere near worthy of it and overpaying. That's exactly what I'm saying. Kane Fallon. He's a good player. He's 22 years old, £52 million from Sheffield Wednesday. Oxford United, once again, Championship quality, Championship team. Exceeding Championship quality, 160 potential, 145 current. Great player for the Championship. £52 million. Great signing in the Championship. Let's go down to League One. So Sheffield Wednesday obviously got relegated and they got absolutely pillaged for their players, didn't they? Because we had the top four of the top five was sales from Sheffield Wednesday to other teams. So I got something on my t-shirt. I think it was remnants of baby sick from earlier. So yeah, that's great, isn't it? I could have got changed for this. But yeah, down in League One, look at that. This most recent season, how many signings over £10 million? Loads of them. We've seen a consistency as seasons go on. We've not even gone back the 5 years. We've just not even felt the need, have we? League Two, most recently, up at £5 million. We've got a 10 million. We've got a 10 million. Got one there as well. Look at all this money being spunked around in League Two. I mean, Carlisle, everybody's been League One. Nuno Espirito Santo's in charge. And I'm a National League. We've broken the £1 million mark. Did we do that last time? I think we might have done. Just. Still haven't in the North or South, which is unfortunate. But yeah, there's not much really to speak of in terms of other leagues. Not been that topsy-turvy, hasn't it? It's not had the biggest detrimental impacts on a lot of the teams. I think it's because the money's being shared around, which is interesting. I think as the jumps get bigger, hopefully more things might happen. But if you're a team that has a couple of bad seasons, you're meant to be winning the league and you finish 4th, 5th or 6th because you have quite a few defeats. All of a sudden, you're a couple of £100 million better off. You can go and spend a load of money and get yourself back up to the top of the league. So, yeah. Have we been doing well in Europe? How have we been doing in Europe? Conference leagues, not bad. 2 for Villa, Brighton, Arsenal. 3 for Villa, should I say. Wow. And 1 for Bournemouth. Europa League, we've won it, apart from Bayern Munich winning it in 23-24, must have gone out in the group stage of the Champions League, because that was a thing on this, yeah. Beating Bayer Leverkusen in the final. We've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 winners. Not won a Champions... Oh, City have won a Champions League. That's really strange, isn't it? Real Madrid have won 6. PSG have won 3. 3 in a row for PSG as well. Opposite Real Madrid. Okay, right. Big jumps. 10 more years, 2043. Right. The title's been shared around a bit more. In the last 10 years, we've had City, United, Liverpool and Chelsea. So 4 winners, and it's been mainly City. So it's not been shared around that much. City have got just under £600 million in the bank. Eddie Howe's in charge. Chelsea... Hey, Enzo Maresca's come to Chelsea. How funny is that? Because he's only been here 4 years, not the 20 years of this experiment to date. So that's interesting, isn't it? Liverpool have got Marco Rose, who was somewhere else, I think, last time. Was it Arsenal? United have got no manager with £300 million in the bank. Oxford United are up here in the Premier League with nearly £1 billion. Barley Mumba's in charge. Birmingham is still up here. Simone Inzaghi, £500 million for them. Champions League qualification for Arsenal from 10th. They've won the Europa League. And Southampton have either won the Conference League or the FA Cup. It's the Conference League. Ipswich here up in 6th. That's nice to see. We've not gone back and looked at other seasons and how players have been doing and teams, how's it been going. So let's go back and look. If anyone's sort of made a play for it. But it doesn't really seem like it. If the odd team gets snatching a bit of outside chance European qualification, Southampton having a couple of good seasons back to back. That's about it. I mean, obviously, we've just seen Ipswich most recently. And there they are again, 7th in 2040-41. Oh, Champions League football. You won the Europa League in 2042. They just finished 6th in Europa League football again. Everton up there as well. So things are starting to happen a bit. Arsenal and Tottenham down here in mid-table. But we're not even really breaking £100 million in terms of transfers. Let's just quickly rattle through. Much of a muchness here. I'm expecting to see loads over 100 million. I mean, £196 million, Real Madrid to Newcastle. This guy. He's now contract... Oh my God. Wait. 176 potential, 173 current. Newcastle bought him for £196 million. Newcastle got relegated the other season. Missed that when I was going through, just looking at teams. And he obviously had a release clause of £80 million. And he went to, or maybe he didn't obviously have one, just asked to leave because he's world class. And he went to Spurs for 80 million. What a loss of money that is. I think that's absolutely hilarious. Hey, Jake Cooper. There was a rebuild, Jake. For those you don't know, Jake Cooper is the name of another Football Manager creator who does good rebuilds, good content. Go and check him out if you don't know who he is. He's probably knocking on the door of 50,000 subscribers now. So yeah, if he'll probably already be there by the time this comes out. He was in the high 40s or mid 40s last time I checked, which was not sure when I last saw that. But anyway, yeah, Jake Cooper, the real name of a guy who does Football Manager content, which I think is hilarious. £70 million as well. But we're not really touching 100 million. Here we go. Wow. Olivio Gonçalves from AC Milan to United. £229 million. I lost the ability to speak then. Now, some people flag off the Football Manager transfers and the way they do things and the way transfers work. This guy's good. He's got some good mentals. His polygon looks crap. I don't know why his polygon's down here when he's got 16 for pace. His polygon's not right. Is it? I don't know. But is he worth £229 million? 170. I think the polygon really favours certain attributes like finishing and a couple of other bits and pieces. I think his jumping reach is low. If his jumping reach and heading was up a bit, then that would just pop back out. So I think some of his attributes being particularly low, the polygon, have done him a bit dirty. But £229 million for this guy, it does seem excessive. I don't think he was worth that. When I checked his potential ability, I was hoping to see 195-ish. 170. It's the most Manchester United transfer of all time. They've spent this amount of money on a player that is going to largely underwhelm. What about Remy Haas gone to Man City? And everyone else is just under 100 million. Oh, they're coming back the other way now. Michael Jones has come from Al Nassr to Man City. £118 million. Oh my God, Al Nassr paid £24 million for him. What the hell? Not worth that, is he? I think we're really seeing an issue now with the finances where the team's got so much money, they're just throwing it at the wall, aren't they? Championship then, we're knocking on the door £50 million. I'm not going to go through all 10 seasons for the Championship, unfortunately. League One, wow, up at 26 million, 30 million here. Mirko Pasquale to Bolton from Middlesbrough. League Two then, not even hitting 10 mil. Not even hitting 10 mil. We have hit 10 mil. Stephen Craven, York to Notts County. They're in the Championship. Charlie Adams in charge. Oh, they lost in the playoffs. Bristol City won the playoffs. I don't know why I look like I've shrunk. I've just slumped down in my chair, trying to get comfy. Or just trying to change my seating position because I'm dripping wet now because of how hot it is in this room. I could make life easy for myself by rattling through this video and making it a bit more, snappy. But where's the fun in that? Where's the fun in that? Another National League then. Oh, wow. Nearly 20 million for Ross Dance. I mean, Wigan are in League One. It's when you get a transfer within the division. Rochester in League Two. Brewer in League Two. No, League One. Still not got £1 million in the Vanarama National League North or South. But Maidenhead have got nearly £1 billion. £250 million to spend as well. It just doesn't make sense, does it really? Doesn't make sense. The question is anything going to change? Because not a lot really is. We're going to keep jumping. I'm going to go rogue. I'm going to go 15 years now. I think we've gone to the late 70s. So if I go 15 years now, I can do 20 as the final jump. I'll be about even. Let's go to 2058. See if there's some serious change going on over here. I certainly hope so. Well, the best player in the world currently plays for Ipswich Town. No, sorry, the best player plays for Chelsea, but two of the top four play for Ipswich. Have they won a Premier League? Ipswich are dominating! Ipswich have taken over. The Tractor Boys are here, and it's absolutely thriving, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, this is what we wanted. We wanted a team to come through and do some business. Brian Aguirre, or Aguirre, however you want to say it. You can see I'm sat forward. I'm hyped now. £180 million in the bank for Ipswich. They've got nearly £700 million in their transfer budget. They've got 6 Champions Leagues as well. Brian Aguirre's been here for 8 years. Good manager, 55 years old. Races. So the current Premier League table, what we're saying here, we've got Ipswich up there. Some of the other big hitters still there. Birmingham, United dropping down out of it. Then quite a few teams here that weren't in the Premier League to begin with. There's a big cluster in here. That means that the teams are going down into the Championship. But you'd expect them to be coming back. And they are for the most part. No one's really going further down. Tell a lie. Brentford have just been relegated with £912 million in the bank. Wow. Sheffield United are down here. Norwich. Wolves in League One. Any further down than Wolves? Surely not. No. No one's further down. I'm going as far as the Vanarama National League and that's it. So we've got some big signings. Oh, here we go. This guy, £194 million. Obviously, 15 years ago, he's retiring now. He was 21 years young. 177 potential. Man City bought him for £194 million from Newcastle. Wow. Conley Iron, he went to United. Then there's this Vinicius. Oof. That's what I'm saying. More over 100 and 200 million pounds. None there. And yeah, we're kind of muted for quite a lot of these. £304 million for this guy. Juan Antonio Rico, 33 years old, 183. What's interesting is we're not really seeing Ipswich up here. I mean, we've got here this guy, 72 million Ipswich, but we're not seeing him right near the top of the charts in any season. Birmingham sneaking themselves in there. Oh, here we go. Here comes Ipswich. A couple of seasons after I said, here they are. Look at this from United. 3 players in a row there, and one back here. So they spent over £200 million, £200+ million just on them 4 players. Really trying to strengthen that squad. Okay, we're up at present day. Then Championship. Ooh, I wonder if we're going to get to £100 million in the Championship. That'd be interesting. We're well over £10 million in League One, though. Well over £5 million in League Two. Vanarama National League, over £1 million. North and South, still no. £1.1 billion for Slough. £958 million for Wellston. Welling, £885. Worthing have got a bill. Chaos. Absolute chaos. We're going to quickly look in on Europe. We've seen Ipswich have won 6 bloody Champions Leagues. Birmingham have a Europa Conference League. Europa League has been won almost religiously by English teams since the 2040s when we were last here. But Ipswich won it against Southampton. And the Champions League, yeah, there you go. Ipswich, Bayern have won PSG. Tottenham and United have chipped in with a few trophies in recent times, but it's been a bit of a British takeover. Okay, final jump then. It's 20-ish years. We're going to do that final jump, and I'm just going to see, do Ipswich carry on, or do we have a bit more of a team coming through? Or do we have more teams coming through and taking on Premier League big boys? It's a 23-year jump. 23 years because it is 2081, and the best player in the world at this moment in time is Vicente Vergara for Southampton, a 199 player signed for £3.9 million. That is absolutely outrageous. Louis Austin at 25 is wanted by Chelsea and Ipswich. He was signed for nothing because he came through the youth academy. 199. Wow. Siggy Lim for Ipswich. Look at the polygon. Look at the polygon. Signed for free. 195, potential of 196. That is unbelievable. Another Southampton player here, Lucas Young, and then a Crystal Palace player, and another Southampton player. Are Southampton winning the league? No. They're second. Ipswich have done very well. Last year in 58. They lost for 3 years in a row, then they came back with 5. Lost 4 more, lost 2 more, 3 without, then 1, and then 3 without again. So Ipswich are doing a lot of work here. Transfers. I'm going to whip through the Premier League transfers. Of course, here we go. Juan Antonio. Oh yeah, we saw all this, didn't we? Okay, so 245 million. Problem is going back this far. I can't see some of the players because they're just this. But I'm not seeing anything really truly outlandish. Oh, I said that. Then Stephen McGee went from Southampton to Ipswich for £362 million. That might be the biggest transfer I have ever seen. Yeah, not very impressed. Some big transfers, but not enough for the amount of money that we've pumped into this simulation, in my opinion. Championship, look at that, £60 million. Any advance? 90 million after add-ons. But Crystal Palace are the buyer. Nottingham Forest, yeah, they're going back up. They must have got relegated with some active relegation release clauses there. Okay. Nothing really to speak of. I mean, we've got a £90 million with add-ons there from Everton to Ipswich. Once again, Everton obviously got relegated and got obliterated along with Salford. Okay. Now let's quickly look at League One. I expected more. I expected a lot more. This is League Two. Just about touching 10 mil. I expected 30-40 mil in League 2 now. I expected 15-20 in the Vanarama National League. Just breaking the million barrier. Still the same, not even $500,000 in the North or South. It's very difficult. It's largely underwhelming. We have had a bit of a takeover here, though, with Ipswich doing fantastically well. Speaking of which, 13 Champions Leagues. I mean, Arsenal and Chelsea have been winning it in recent times. In Bayern Munich. Spurs came through with a stint. Europa Leagues. Ipswich winning Europa League here. After all the Champions Leagues that they've won. And the Conference Leagues. Yeah, lots of English teams again. Southampton have come up out of nowhere, really, with 2 runners-up in recent times. And overall, I think this needs some work, doesn't it? I think we need to change the parameters from every defeat you get money. Maybe I change up the prize money for the positions that you finish. Maybe reverse that. I don't know. But let me know what you'd like to see in other variations of this experiment, because I really liked the idea of this and I really enjoyed making it when I've worked out how to do it. And I was very excited after I'd done the simulation to come and report on how it's been, but it's been, well, it didn't quite hit the way I wanted it to hit. But I mean, if we look at the Premier League, really, you've got Notts County, Oxford United, QPR, Stoke, Luton, Aston Villa going down. Anyone juicy getting relegated? I'm just going to go back a few years. I'm not really noticing anything. We saw Everton that time. It must have just been because they got relegated, lost a lot of the players. Man City there, avoiding relegation on goal difference. You don't do goal difference. Okay, so I'm going to quick look over some of the lower leagues, just the Championship, and let's see where some of our Premier League compadres are. Forest and Brighton are coming back up. Brentford are there, and League One. Wolves were down here last time, and they're still there. Inside Norwich. Got Taunton coming up. They've got £906 million in the bank. They're going down now this season, sorry. Wolves, £1.04 billion. West Ham are down here in 9th. And doesn't seem like anyone's down in League 2. Just double check the Van Armour National League, and that will probably be that for today's experiment. So yeah, do let me know in the comments any ideas or changes you'd like to make to this kind of thing. I won't want it exactly the same. I will do some modifications and tweaks so it's not too samey. But I hope you enjoyed this nevertheless. If you've got any other ideas for future experiments that don't pertain to this kind of style, let me know in the comments down below. But more importantly, take good care of yourselves, gang, and I will see you soon.